folks. So while things are quiet, before these guys from the Club 120 get underway and start knocking each other to bits, just have a bit of a look at who's driving here today. Okay, so pole position is held by Dean Oliver and Richard Macy. Lined up next to them in kart 27, Steve Carter and Marty Gleason. Kart 45, driven by Brendan White, Dave Clements. Next to them in kart 17, Mike Browning and Carl Hannaford. Kart 90, Derek Tunnicliffe and Terry Sage. Next to them, kart 26, Matt Hansen and Alan Allingen. Kart 10, Hazel Beasley and Jenny Cross. Next to them, 47, David Harvey and Barry Hall. Position 9, kart 43, Blair Scott, Steve Byers. And position 10, in kart number 5, Charles Hoare. And driving with him, Ryan Cotterill. Kart 4, Leroy Shelford and John Christensen. 12th spot in kart 12, Warren Bayer and Peter Hill. So a big day for the kart club today, and good to see we've had a lot of sponsors come on board. So I'm going to read them all out. Thanks to all these people. So you know, when you're doing business, go to these people first. If they can't help you, then go to the next one on the list. Of course, Ward's Music, Jeff Oliver Print, Whangarei Roofing and Bricks, LJ Hooker up in Kerikeri, Bindins, Win Fraser Paints, the Radio Network, Whangarei Engineering, Donovan's Trade Zone Industrial, Syndicate Signs, More Cars, Repco, MGE, which stands for Maintenance and General Engineering, Goff, TWL, Transport Wholesale, Ulrich Aluminium, the guys from Need a Nerd, and of course, you can never forget 100% Barrels. I go there myself, buy my TVs. And if you didn't know where you were, we're at the Business Coaching New Zealand Raceway here at Anderson Park. You all got here, so I guess you know we're on Austin Road, Manu. If you're from out of town, welcome to Whangarei, and let's get this racing underway. And it looks like they're off this time, folks. Kart 25 with Dean Oliver in the seat. He's got ahead of Steve Carter. Behind him, Dave Clements in the Ward's Music kart. And Terry Page sitting in fourth. Beg your pardon. It's Derek Tunnicliffe. Sitting in 5th place and 17th place, there's Carl Hannaford driving. Another 17 kart. And I must say, it was a very clean race. Very clean start. Dean Oliver, who's currently leading the very fast yesterday in the time trials, and nearly half a second quicker than the rest apparently. So he's not quite clearing Steve Carter yet. Steve's of course very fast in Club Sport 120. Charles Hawes, I've taken Derek Tunnicliffe now. Pushed his way up into 4th place. I'm going to expect some good things from him, considering he started near the rear of the field. Dean Oliver, of course, pulling a good lead at this stage. He is indeed pulling away from Steve Carter. as this field spreads out. It looks like there's going to be some lap karts early on here. So currently it's Oliver, Carter, Clements, Charles Hoare, Tunnicliffe, followed by Carl Hannaford. And if you're wondering about the pit windows, the first pit window is at 40 laps, so a little way off there yet. There must be 2 stops made by these people. Minimum of 70 laps per driver. Well, yes, minimum of 70 laps. Must be done by one of the drivers. And must also have a complete wheel change, or all 4 wheels must come off the kart and be returned to the kart. Dave Clements in the Ward's music kart is coming under attack by Charles Hoare. It looks like it's just going to be a matter of time. Steve Carter in second place needs to get moving, get past the lap traffic. I'd like to pass these this car number 10. Judging by the shoes, it's Hazel Beasley driving the number 10 kart at this stage. And later on, John will be replaced by Jenny Cross, who has plain white shoes. Otherwise, they are in identical team uniform. Up in front, then Oliver making nice work of getting through the lap traffic and pulling quite a lead over Steve Carter. And Dave Clements himself coming up trying to pass the lap traffic and still managing to hold the 3rd place. Dave Clements still managing to hold on to 3rd place. Not much between these two. Steve Carter not quite pulling away from 3rd and 4th, but managing to get through lap traffic very quickly and cleanly. And here goes the pass. Charles Hoare passing Clements. Manages to make it stick. Some pretty slick work there by him in the kart number 5. And when they do their pit stop, he will be replaced by Ryan Cotterill. And Charles's next target will be Steve Carter, which I don't think will be quite so easy for him. Back a bit further in this pack, Derek Tunnicliffe just having a bit of a tussle with Carl Hannaford. Bit of a gap between these two, fighting over 5th place and to the first 4, but nonetheless quite a battle between them. And as this battle commences, it's going to be hard to see who is in which place, but don't forget there's a screen down in the club rooms for you all to check out. So we lost the driver at this stage in the number 45 kart. driven by Brennan White, and in this case Dave Clements. Pulled in. I can't see from here what the issue is, but hopefully they'll be back out. And they were running in 4th place. So Dean Oliver's still leading this race and not letting up at all. He knows he's going to have some stiff competition coming from behind. He's pulled a significant gap over 2nd place Steve Carter. This is a long race to go. And he has just pulled in. So at this stage, the lead is, the lead has just been handed over to Steve Carter, who's being caught rather quickly by Charles Hoare. So this stage of the race, folks, first position, I realise it's only early in the race, but first position is wide open. Dave Clements is back out, folks. But he's come out about 5 laps down, so see how that... Oh, bit of action going down the straight there. Charles Hoare, Steve Carter fighting it out. Looks like Carter's got a bit of speed down the straight, but I don't know if that's going to save him coming into Pine Tree. Certainly a battle to watch. Coming through the S's, and I figure coming towards the pits, that's going to get pretty tight. Steve Carter doing all he can to hold off this attack. It's a little bit of speed down the straight, and it's like he's trying to push it down the straight. Whatever he's doing is working. And of course they come up to some lap traffic. And Carter's going to have to find his way through that traffic awfully quickly if he's to hold his current first position. Charles Hoare's given up on this race, given up on the challenge for the first position at this stage and gone into the pits. Perhaps he thought he was being held up. Maybe come back out in a free air. Either way, Steve Carter's still in first place and not letting up at all. See now that Richard Macy is in the number 25 cart. These guys pole sitters, and along with his co-driver Dean Oliver, we're pole sitters, and we're holding on to first place before their pit stop. So see how that works out as the race continues. Richard Macy, of course, multiple champion here in the club sport. So knows how to drive this kart, and knows how to lock it up and still hang on to it. Come into the S's, and he's going to battle it out with I think that's Terry Page in the number 90 kart now. Currently in second place in cart number 4. Looks like Leroy Shelford in those overalls, according to my notes. And cart 43, if I can spot him, did have Blair Scott in it. But it looks like he's being replaced by his co-driver Steve Byers. And he's just coming. Oh, well, spin at Pine Tree. It's all right. The marshals have reacted quickly, but there's been no problem there. Steve Carter putting in the long yards, holding his number 1 and strengthening his number one position. And he's actually coming up to current second place man Leroy Shelford in cart 4. Richard Macy, see here by our score, by our lap records, is currently in 4th place. When Steve Carter, Shelford, and when they come in, he could quite possibly end up in the lead again. The number 5 cart, which was coming up strong and at one point fighting for first position, now being driven by Ryan Cotterill in the black overalls. With them out, that could be they're going to be a strong contender once more as things smooth out. Very exciting race and plenty to go. Ooh, long way to go, still 110 laps. Number 1 position, Steve Carter's coming to the pits. So that could change things quite dramatically. Cut number 25, driven by Richard Macy, could well end up back in the lead. So just a bit of a catch-up as I've been watching the lap board here, the counter. Blair Scott, affectionately known to us all by the name Scooter, has moved into the lead, followed by Richard Macy, who is just trying to see where here he comes, just come out to the S's now. Macy, of course, driving the 25 cart at the moment. Scooter, the number 43 cart, you can tell him by his red overalls. Currently in 3rd, cart 47. It's driven by that's Barry Hall driving that. No, I beg your pardon, David Harvey in that cart at this time. Blair Scott, otherwise known as Scooters, currently still holding the lead at this stage. Coming up behind Terry Page, so if he can get around him. No blue flags today, of course. And Richard Macy, where is he? At least half a lap back in second place. It's a lot of settling down to do with this race, and still 100 laps to go. Macy trying to get past Jenny Cross, who tells me she's a bit of a novice at this, but she seems to be doing pretty well out there. Putting a challenge out to Macy anyway, struggling to get past her. And there's a spin. Ryan Cotterill. Remember these guys, Cotterill and Charles Hall, were fighting over first place before, so they're strong contenders for sure. Currently in 6th place in this race with 100 laps, 98 laps to go. So just to fill you all in, it's 97 laps to go. Blair Scott, currently in cart 43, is in the lead. He's 64 laps, also on 64 laps. Richard Macy in cart 25, and last time I looked, he was about half a lap behind and still about the same. Macy, of course, multiple champion here. Scooter, fairly new to the scene, but obviously very quick. Although a couple of laps behind. Cart 47 is in 3rd place, and that's David Harvey driving. And very good, considering at one point it looked like they were struggling to get their cart onto the grid. So obviously got the work done and got themselves out there and doing very well. But yeah, as we speak, number 5, Ryan Cotterill, just spun out of what was 6th place. Let's see if he holds it. But had a bit of a spin, but he's back underway, and it's a long race to go, folks. So 94 laps to go. So it's coming past is Matt Hanson in the 26 cart, who's currently holding 4th place. He's at this stage 3 laps behind the leader. As I say, a long way to go. So at least 1 pit stop to run for each cart. I'll just run through the list, just give you the cart numbers. 43 currently first on 71 laps. Cart 25 second and with 71 laps also. Cart 47, 69 laps. Cart 26, 69 laps. Cart 4, 67. Cart 27, 66. Cart 12, now 67. These are changing as I speak. It's only a short course, obviously. Kart 5, 67. Kart 90, 66. Kart 45, 65 laps. Kart 17, 64. And down in 12th place, but doing well anyhow. Kart 10, which is now 61 laps. There's quite a space between them, with 88 laps to go for the leading kart. The leading kart is number 43, just going past the finish line now. Scooter in the red overalls, second place, and closing quite considerably up to maybe a third of the circuit now. Richard Macy in kart 25, who, along with teammate Dean Oliver, were the quickest here yesterday for the time trials. Coming through the S's at kart number 47, driven by David Harvey, currently holding third place, although a couple of laps down on the first two. Dropping down the order a bit. The number 27 kart, who was being driven by Steve Carter and holding on to first place there for a while before the pit stops. Now driven by Martin Gleeson. They're showing 6th place at the moment. Still a lot of laps to go. Kart 45 with Brendan White currently driving. They're down the order now. They had a rather long pit stop, early pit stop. Long pit stop, and that's put them down into currently 10th place. And I must say, knowing the club sport drivers that I do, this has been a very, very polite and clean race so far. Get down to nitty gritty, I guess, but most impressed. A lot of action happening through here. This group building up behind number 10 kart, currently driven by Jenny Cross, causing a bit of a backlog, if you like, and it's just good for us because it's giving us some action. They enter into Pine Tree Corner, once again into the S's. And well, she's holding her own pretty well. These guys. Oh! Yeah, there's plenty of action, but all the karts are still in it. No damage done. Martin Gleeson first to get through this pack, and he'll be free to go out there now. And our current leader, Scooter, having to pass Cross now. And that's going to, it has already actually, let Macy catch up to him. And now if Macy gets held up, I mean, Scooter will be able to just fly away. But no, that's not going to happen. So now we've got a battle on our hands for first place once more. These two no strangers to each other. Scott will be knowing exactly what's in store for him. And Macy right on his tail. Of course, Leo Scott, who won the cadet races, both cadet races, is one of Blair's sons, and very, very quick family indeed. Jenny Cross comes into the pits after everybody's fought hard to get past her. She's come into the pits. Scooter and Macy currently first and second, coming up behind Kart 27. We had Steve Carter driving it in first place before, but now Martin Gleeson is in it, and currently in sixth. So things change very quickly in a race like this. So just watch how these two get on, and I'll give you a bit of a recap on the running order. But this stage looks like Macy could well take that first spot. We know Scooter's not going to give it up easily. So out there by the Donovan sign, a bit of a spill. Cut 26 and 17. Yeah, it's Hansen and Gleeson. Not Gleeson. Hannaford. There goes Macy. He's taken first place. On the sweeper and into Pine Tree, managed to get past Scooter. Bit of a blow, and that'll probably see him. Here we go, here we go. And then check it out. Blair Scott takes his place back. Boy, has he? He has. Macy a bit slow coming onto the straight, and now has to try and make that gain again. I think it's going to help Macy, of course. There's all this traffic in front of Scooter. It's 67 laps remaining. Here goes Macy. Macy going for it. I think he's going to be able to... Ooh. No, not this time. Not this time. Richard and Blair Scott holding on to his own, even with this traffic in front of him. So that's quite a tough challenge for this young man, Blair Scott. Certainly doesn't have the experience that Richard Macy has, but nonetheless, he's holding the top spot. I can only imagine the tension within the helmet of Richard Macy as he tries to get into first position, while all the while trying to get through these cars that he needs to lap. But all I can say is Blair Scott is the one that's gaining the advantage, and he's through now and pulling away. So Richard Macy's going to have to do it all again. Spent quite a number of laps catching up. Made the pass, only to lose it immediately thereafter. So that's why we've got a quick break. I'll just give you a rundown on the positions. Number one, Blair Scott. 98 laps with Richard Mason right behind him, also 98 laps. Third place, I think we've still got David Harvey driving that number 47 kart. They're down 3 laps from the leaders. After that, kart 26. I'll just give you the kart numbers on 95 laps. Fifth place, kart 27, 95 laps, followed by fifth, the kart 5 and 94, kart 4 94, kart 45 on 93 laps, kart 17 on 89 laps, kart 90 on 87 laps, kart 10 82 laps, and kart 12 80 laps. Currently stuck behind Jenny Cross in kart 10. We have, who have we got here? We got, looks like Matt Hansen in kart 26, and he's currently in 4th place. But, you know, that's how it is, stuck in traffic. Kart behind him, David Harvey, is actually in 3rd, so you can see there's quite a gap between the podium holders at the stage and the rest of the field. And the smallest gap, I think, is between Blair Scott and Richard Macy, and here they go again. Macy has managed to close the gap, not quickly, but has closed it. And I just hope that the guys on the camera are getting a lot of footage of these two battling it out, because in the next couple of corners, I think it's quite possibly going to get, it's either going to be slick or nasty. Proving to be the fastest drivers here yesterday, Richard Macy and his co-driver, Dean Oliver. Kind of, well, personally, I expected them to just clean up today, but it's not going to happen. Scott's just holding him back. Well, he's not even holding him back, he's just winning the race. And Macy can't do anything about it at this stage. But here he goes. Macy just hasn't got the speed down the straight. Very slick move. Scott holds him off once more. Kart 90 currently with Tunnicliffe in it. Just sort of might throw things up in the air for Macy and Scooter to go. And speaking of Kart 90, we've got Terry Sage in here at the moment. I'll see if I can get a few words from him soon about what it's like out there. Terry, can you talk to us? What's it like out there?
Oh, it's awesome out there. A couple of guys are a little bit skew whiff, but most of them behaving themselves. It's quick, very quick, and damn good fun.
I see your card is currently in between between Macy in 2nd and Scooter in 1st. So it could be in a big accident very shortly. What do you think? Oh,
not if he keeps out of the way. Let the madman pass.
And the madman is indeed passing. The Scooter's just... Scooter's pulling ahead now. So that was Terry Sage out of Kart 90, partnering up with Derek Tunnicliffe. As I said, lots of fun out there, but from here it looks very stressful. Macy has got past Tunnicliffe and continues his rage against the Scooter. While he catches up, we'll just go through the order again. I'll just give you the kart numbers. 43 in 1st place, 112 laps. 25 in 2nd place. Kart 47 in 3rd. They're 4 laps behind. Number 27 is in 4th place. 108 laps there. Kart 26 in 5th place. Kart 5 in 6th place. Kart 4 in 7th place. Kart 45 in 8th place. Kart 17 in 9th place, Kart 90 in 10th place, Kart 10 in 11th place, and Kart 12 in 12th place. And while I was calling those numbers out to you, I kind of missed it. It looks like Scooter's pulled quite a lead over Richard Macy. Certainly going to be exciting when these two change over for their partners. Macy, of course, driving with top half champion Dean Oliver. And Scooter with Steve Byers, who's been around a while but hasn't done much racing lately, but these guys are winning the race at the moment, so there's no reason why he can't take out this Bathurst event of 2013. So just while things are a little bit quiet, I'm just going to remind you of our sponsors because they're very important to us here at the Kart Sport Whangarei. And remember, if you're shopping for some of these things, I just put my own company in here, but I won't. So, Ward's Music, Jeff Oliver Print, do a very good job. I've been working with them recently. Whangarei Roofing and Bricks, LJ Hooker and Kirikiri, Bindins, Win Fraser Paint. I definitely need to see them. I need some car paint. The Radio Network, Whangarei Engineering, Donovan's Trade Zone Industrial, Syndicate Signs, More Cars, Repco, MGE, it's Maintenance and General Engineering, Goff, TWL Transport Wholesale, Ulrich Aluminium, Need a Nerd, and 100% Barrels. So if you're in need of any of their services, please see them first. So today, as you know, you're at the Business Coaching New Zealand Raceway. This is, of course, Anderson Park and Manu. The members here are very proud of this club room, and so they should be. And of course, the extension coming along, and hoping to have the extension done in time for the Summer Slam in January 2014. So it's very close. So our leader is pitted while I was calling out the sponsors' names. Which is open it up to Richard Macy, Macy has changed over to Dean Oliver. So Dean Oliver looks like he's going to be the fastest man on the track and has taken the lead, so they managed to get back out a lot quicker. Kart 43 now being driven by Steve Byers, who I've said has been around a long time, but hasn't driven recently, but would not count him out at all. He does have a bit of a gap to close, quite a considerable gap, and currently running in third place, which has put Kart 27, who I assume is now being driven by Steve Carter. I haven't been able to spot the kart yet. I know we've still got Martin Gleeson in Kart 27. Which suggests to me that he must do another pit stop to put Steve Carter back into the seat. So it's just a case of watch this space. Looks like it could still be between Kart 43 with a partner of Blair Scott and Steve Byers, and Kart 25 currently in the lead with Dean Oliver with co-driver Richard Macy. So it's good to have a quick chat with Terry Sage. If there are any other drivers out there who want to come up and have a quick word, we've got 35 laps to go, so it'll have to be pretty quick, but I'd love to have someone come up and say hello. We're up in the taboo area of the officials box. Just popped out of second place and out of the kart. You're currently in the lead with Dean. Have you got something you can tell us?
It's pretty hard work out there. It's tough getting past some of the guys. It's yeah, pretty tiring.
So Blair was giving a bit of a hard time, but you guys managed to move into first. That must be quite pleasing for you.
Yeah, what's with that? You know, he's meant to give way to the old fellas, isn't he?
Supposed to, but I guess nobody told him. Yeah, you're not that old anyway.
Oh, thanks for that, mate.
At least you got a young teammate. No. That's Richard Macy. Looks like these guys might take this race out yet. Just have to see what old Scooter and his teammate can do. Currently running in third with Steve Byers in the car. So certainly getting down to it. There's 31 laps to go for the leader, who is, of course, Dean Oliver. We just heard from his teammate, Richard Macy. He's looking a bit tired, and I don't blame him. He had a big fight on his hands against Blair Scott, who, Blair Scott, along with teammate, their kart number 43, has just put themselves back into second place. Gleason would have pitted, so we'll see. Steve, there he is, kart number 27 with Steve Carter. Now they've finished their pit stops. He is in 5th place, and remember, he was up in the lead at one stage. I don't like to say it, but Dean Oliver is getting rather close to Steve Byers. If he manages to put a lap on Byers, that could be all over for kart 43, shared by Byers and, of course, Blair Scott. Still plenty of laps in this race remaining. Third at the moment, and back in the seat in kart 5, Charles Hoare. And they're a few laps down. But if he can get a podium in this, I think he'll be wrapped. Now they started off from the back, or near the rear of the grid, because they did not come to the qualifying yesterday. And he shares his kart with Ryan Cotterill, who's done his stint. Action in the S's, and that number kart 10 now driven by Hazel Beasley. She's, well, as I speak, a tussle, but everyone's okay. Yellow flags are out. Number 10's off. 17. Mike Browning in the black overalls in that kart, so everyone seems to be okay. Now getting past Beasley, our second place in kart 43. It might be a little confusing when in kart 43 with Steve Byers is currently second, and behind him in kart 25, Dean Oliver, who is leading the race by what could well be an entire lap if he gets past Byers. With just 21 laps remaining. It's been a very good race, very competitive, very clean. Few knocks and no doubt a few bruises, but very competitive, not dirty either. And these guys play hard. And it's not everybody who will compete in this Club Sport 120. It's a rough and tumble league, and which always makes it exciting watching. And this tussle continues as Oliver tries to bounce his kart past Byers to try and get that one lap advantage. Steve Byers just ain't having it. And there and behind Derek Tunnicliffe, who along with his teammate Terry Sage, who we had here earlier. He's currently down in 8th place. I think their best position was up in 5th. There's still 17 laps to go. If any co-drivers want to come up and speak to us, we've already had Richard Macy. I'd love to hear from Blair Scott. Got the official lookout out here, Blair. Tussle continues between Oliver and Byers, caught in behind Tunnicliffe and Mike Browning. And sure, Dean Oliver could sit behind him and just continue on his way and take the first place, but it doesn't look like he's going to at all. He wants to get past and claim that one lap advantage. Actually, I just had a look at the scoreboard, the tally of laps, and according to this, actually Oliver's 4 laps ahead, which I had not realised, so apologies for that. So he wants to get another lap on top of Steve Byers. Spin down here at the Ulridge S's. And that's Peter Hiddle there, just spinning out and trying to get speed back into the kart. So if you're about to jump back into your kart, one of your drivers, make sure you don't hit the camera driver, the camera operator, if he falls over again. And reminder to people, no alcohol on the course. Not even cameramen. Nine laps to go, folks, so anything can happen, and things are getting nasty. You'll see a piece of Charles Hall's car has gone flying off into the grass. I'm sure he'll be allowed to continue. No change in the lead, however. Dean Oliver and Richard Macy, currently kart 25, currently being driven by Dean Oliver, way out ahead. So it looks like kart 5 is going to have to come in and give up his third position. Which is disappointing. He'll be very, very disappointed. And in the closing laps, we'll just see if we can get a few words from Blair Scott, of course, co-driver Steve Byers, currently in second place. And how's it going out there, Scooter?
Oh, it's hot work. I'm pleased I'm watching now.
It's probably a lot more relaxing in the kart than out here, isn't it?
It's good fun. Had a good tussle with Richard. Wasn't going to make it easy for him.
Richard was pretty tired when he got here, so he did a good job.
Yeah, there's a few years between us.
We won't go there. Thanks for coming up. Closing 3 laps. It's been excitement from the start. There's certainly been no let up in action. Oliver set to take it for himself, and co-driver Richard Macy. And there's I was going to say you had to get past Beasley. And boy, that finish caught us all out. Caught us all out, certainly up here in the command centre. So Dean Oliver and Richard Macy take first place. Kart 25, Blair Scott, Steve Byers second. Kart 26, Matt Hansen and Alan Halligan down fourth. Steve Carter and Martin Gleeson down fifth place. Leroy Shelford and John Christensen. So number 6, David Harvey, Barry Hall. 7th place, Derek Tuncliffe, Terry Sage. Number 8, Kart 17, Carl Hannaford and Mike Browning. Kart 9, number 10, very good result for these two women, Hazel Beasley and Jenny Cross. 10th place, Brendan White, David Clements. Big Chairs, very popular team, that one. And 11th place, Warren Bayer and Peter Hill. So there you have it, folks. Until next year. Hope you enjoyed that. I did. And it's been my privilege to be able to say a few words here today. And don't forget that long list of sponsors to go shopping with and support them as they have supported us. So thank you and have a good day.